Hey, morning, Dave. Beautiful day, August. It's already like the 15th. I mean, it's amazing. Saturday the 15th, I think. Well, I know it's Saturday. Pretty sure it's the 15th. Saying it, I think the last 2 or 3 times I've been out here, it's kind of a hodgepodge day. Well, it is again. We got deer blocks put down. I got some fertilizer put on the food plot. And then we've got to finish, because I'm pointing over there because that's where it is. We got to finish the logs. So I got to cut up one more log, and it's a bigger log, so I got to roll it over. That'll be a challenge. Get it rolled over up on the log set, and so I can get it trimmed down, debarked. Then on my 4 logs, and then if I still have time, I want to run down and weed eat where the bridge is going to be put in, so it's all set and ready. So next time I come out, I can haul the logs down and start work on assembly. So anyway, hodgepodge of a day. Got a lot of things to do. So get at it here in just a second. Gosh, what a pretty day. Got a little bit of a cold front go through, so it's like highs in the mid 80s. So I'll still sweat a bunch, but at least it's not in the 90s. I'd rather have 90s though than cold weather. So that's just me. Alrighty, so we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you tuned in as we move along. Dave out. All right, so change of plans. That's how it goes, right? So I'm out here and getting ready to hook on the spreader, which I took back and put in the shed. But anyways, let me turn you around so you can see everything. Hold on a minute. So the spreader hooks onto that 2-inch receiver, and then would wire over to the battery. But I'm about 6 to 8 inches short from reaching, and I don't want to mess it up. So when I took the seat off though to look at the battery and try to hook it up, I found a huge infestation of red ants, and they're in my seat. So, and my seat's all beat up, but so they're in my seat, they're on that. So I sprayed them with WD-40, which seems to be working. So anyway, spreading that stuff, not happening today. That'll be next time, which a couple days I'll be back out at 13-13-13, which is a pretty basic fertilizer. It'll be enough to green things up, given the state of my ground out there in the food plot. I should look for a specific fertilizer, but for general purposes, this will do. So anyways, that's gonna wait till next time, so that's fine. So we're on to this. So I got that big long, this tree right there. It's got to get up here, so I'm gonna work on that. And once it's up here, then we can trim it and cut it. So gotta work on that. That'll be next. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than the whole spreading of that did, but that's the way it goes. So I gotta get I have all the parts I need, I think, at the house. I just gotta bring them out here. So bring the parts out. Hopefully I can get this all hooked up, and off we go. So, all right, Dave out. So my goal, you can see, is to get 2 flat sides. So I want a flat side over here and a flat side over here. So up and down right now, and you can see it's all over the place, right? But that doesn't really matter to me. And super straight doesn't matter, but kind of straight. So that's what I went for. That's what I'm getting. And again, this is like if I had more time, and one, I would select straighter logs like those, which are too big for what I need. I'd be wasting too much material. So try to find straighter logs, and then I would use shims to level my wood all the way down, and that way you can make it perfectly straight and you don't have to worry. So I didn't do that, and so that's part of the difference that you're seeing. So this is probably not the right way to do this, but for my application, it's what I need. So that's just the way it is. So you're gonna see that it's wavy and not level, but I know it. I just want 2 flat sides. All right, and I measured and marked where my 12 foot is, and so I think I'm well within that on my flat sides. So anyways, So check it out. I showed you another video, but I think it does a nice job, and it's almost 6 inches wide, so it's about 5 and just a little over 5 3/4. So when I run it, you know, place a 2x4 down the middle of a, oh look, a little creature up there. 2 of them playing. How cool! I think one's a horny toad. Let's look. Oh, check it out. Check it out. What are you doing? So, anyway, I lost my train of thought. So when I run the 2x4 down the middle, I get and cut one, you know, get one down one side and back down the other. I get a log that's going to be almost 6 inches wide. If I was to flip it and do the same, it would be square, and I don't need square. So that's why I'm not flipping it. And on that end, why I didn't go all the way to the end, because I didn't need to. I have a mark where my 12, well, it's 13 foot, where 13 feet is. And so I'll cut that off here in a minute once I finish getting the bark off. So, all right, so that's what's next. All right, there you go. Trim the end off of this one, then roll one of these up on and trim it. And yes, I know it's pine. They only need to be 6 feet long, but I roll the whole thing up and we'll trim it, then roll this one up and trim it. And these two will serve as the sleepers. So that'll be what gets put in the ground first, and then those beams will lay across the sleepers and form the bridge. So, and then of course planking across the top. So, the only other thing that happened, so you know, the seat for the mule down. So, Mr. Trailwagon, I don't know, but that's what I'm using right now. So, remember I built the shooting bench. I had one 2x8 that was split. You can see it's still got some split into it, but I was able to cut it down, and it gets me through today. So I gotta get a new seat. So it's always something. All right, let me get these done and I'll be back with you. Dave out. All right, so there's all our wood we need for the bridge. The two shorter ones are the sleepers. And then I got 4 beams. And then I'm hoping to cut some planks out of those with that beam cutter, but we'll see. My chainsaw's not acting the best. So I tuned it a little bit, like I know what I'm doing. And it seemed to run a little bit better, but it's still got issues. I mean, it's really old. So, anyways, get ready to go down, take this down to the creek and weed eat out the creek, put down new food block,
deer block. It's record rack. Although I give Tractor Supply credit, they got the Big and J on sale for 16, but record rack's still 14, so it's a little better deal. You get a bigger block and it's cheaper, so, and I think it works better. That's just me though. All right, so like I always say, isn't it beautiful out here? It's starting to shape up, right? If only we had our building right there, right in there, right in there, the hunter shed. If only that was done. It's not gonna be this year, so that's the way it goes. All right, so it's shaping up though. So, all right, let me head down there. Like I always say, remember, be kind, make kindness your business.